All right, J-Wire Solutions here. Expert car and marine wiring solutions you can trust. J-Wire Solutions can wire and plumb your hot rod, race car, or drag and drive car. Plus, they offer products to make your driving experience better, like the blinker module that is a must for all drag and drive cars. The module will allow your rear turn signals to continue to function while the brake pedal is applied, just like your stock daily driver will. I want to have Jay on, if not Saturday, maybe next Wednesday, because there's some interesting stuff that was posted today that I'd really like to get his thought process on. So, Jay Blanchard, if you're watching this, get ready. I'm going to be hitting you up after the show to talk about it. Let's talk about events. This is really, and I guess we probably could have put it in the event news, but this is like, it's like more news for Drag and Drive, man. Sick Week, it was announced today. They won they are the number one best motorsports race of 2025, voted on by the USA Today 10 Best Reader's Choice Awards. Man, this is a big deal. We talked about this last year, second year in a row for them to win it. This is huge. Big shout out to them. Big shout out to Tom Bailey and the team. Derek and I were messaging earlier. I would love to have him on maybe Saturday morning or next week for episode 106 to talk a little bit about this, because this is something that these guys, I mean, they were up against some serious competition. And I didn't do a ton of research to get all that list in here because I'm trying to move fast if people can't tell. I'm trying to get to Ryan Wing and Jake here in a minute. But this is a big deal for the community because it takes the community voting to win this, obviously. But then, they have a full year of promotion for this, and that is only going to help Drag and Drive. It's only going to help Sick Week become a bigger event.
Yeah, very, very good for the community for sure. And it's one more way to put what we love, Drag and Drive, in front of other, motorsports related racers or fans or whatever. It's just, again, putting it out there so we can bring more people into the community.
Yep. And, I know one of the events was F1. And so you start thinking about like F1 level fans. They're like, what the heck is Sick Week?
Right.
What is this? And so then maybe they take that 42 seconds and click on the button and see that, oh man, they're driving their street cars to and from racetracks. What even is drag racing? There's a lot of guys out there that only follow F1, don't even know what a drag race is, don't know how it works. Now maybe they do because they just got their asses handed to them by some drag and drive guys over here winning the best motorsports race.
Super cool.
All right, and then this one here, I listened to this early this morning. I can't believe I didn't see it last week, but O'Reilly Auto Parts put together, they have Derek Bieri in the aisles with Derek. This was a good one, man. Alex Taylor on there. I haven't really listened to this ever before. Episode 18, it really surprises me that I don't listen to this more. There's just not very many drag and drive racers that are on there. Derek is a drag and drive racer, but like he says in this, he's more of a casual fan. He shows up, enjoys doing it, but he's not like built a car for it. He's kind of made the cars that he's had work for drag and drive, or he's kind of been a hired gun and driven somebody else's car. So This was a great one. She talks about the first year, her first year of drag week, kind of how the Bad Marrow came about, goal for the 55. She's talked about that several times, but mid sixes. And then she dropped a bit of I don't know if I want to like hint or clues maybe, but she said they want to go faster. Obviously, I mean, you wouldn't expect them not to want to go faster. And she's saying they've been kind of eyeballing maybe like a stretched and pinched 55 that is like a next level car from what the 55 currently is. So they would still have that car and then also have the new, almost like a pro mod, basically the way it sounded. You start stretching some stuff, you start kind of narrowing it, making it more aerodynamic. Now suddenly you're not mid sixes, you're low sixes, high fives.
We've seen it. Brian's got a new car, and if you want to be up there in the front, that's you've got to go quicker, and that's what they're going to try to do.
650s, puh, out here. 16s, it's just wild, and the time has come. Like it's time for somebody to take that next step, and I think that's what we're about to see here in the next. I mean, hopefully by the end of Sick Week 2026, we're gonna have somebody with a 5-second average.
Yeah, I remember the first time I even heard her name was watching Drag and Drive, and her and Cletus were battling it out, and I'm like, who is this? Alex Taylor in this orange Camaro, and then obviously look where she ended up now. So pretty crazy.
It's awesome. She got to tell a few good stories about kind of how that all come about, the hot rod garage time, all that stuff, and how all of that kind of works. So it was a great article. She's a great public speaker. She does really well with all that stuff. So big shout out to that. One story she did tell was the duct tape over the oil gauge. Thought that was pretty funny, and Derek did too. But what I really wanted to talk about was this game right here. This is
Just
the
something.
guess the auto part. A couple weeks ago, we talked about the guess the wrench size. We saw that on Cletus. I think we got to do this at the circuit block party.
Yeah, we got to do one of the other. Guess the wrench size or guess the
I
part.
think we can. I think we can do both. I think you could do the wrench in the box and it'd be funny. You know what I mean? But this is the way to go right here. It was hilarious watching them figure out. She knew what a lot of it was, but this that he's playing with right here is like I don't know,
Terminator.
some Honda
Oh,
valve cover or something. And man, it really threw him for a loop. He was like, I don't even know where to start with this.
that's
And of course you
funny.
can't see it. So
From the little picture I can see, it almost looked like a Terminator ECU or something.
yeah, yep, about the same size and made of the same plastic. So. But yeah, I thought this was pretty neat. Something we're definitely going to have to add to the circuit block party plans. Now we've got belt sander drag races, valve cover drag races, the light
Practice tree.
practice tree tournament. Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Bucket list mob in here saying hello as well. Been talking about
Yeah.
them the whole show. We don't quite have Ryan yet, so I want to go ahead and skip the Molly part for just a minute until they jump on. And again, it's going to be Ryan Wing and Jake, his son, that are building a car for they're building a car or finishing his S10, finishing Jake's S10 to take on Mega Week for the junior street class, which is so awesome. Thanks so much for being our race car friends, man. We can't do this without you guys. We keep saying it all the time, but we really do appreciate it. All the comments tonight, all the shares, all the stuff that's out there. You guys have been amazing. And then thank you to our sponsors. Without them, we really can't do this. Eric and I are looking at travel all the time, trying to figure out where and when we can go and how we can do it and how we get to the Drag and Drive Awards at the end of the year and afford PRI booths. And it's because of these folks right here support us. So we can't do all of that without them. So if you are taking the time and spending some money or even shopping, please go over and try and shop with these guys. Summit Racing, Deech Works, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, WAF Racing, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV. You got to watch that for sure. Power Fest coming up with Pinks, and then Sweet Patina and Racing Junk Classifieds. Thank you guys so much again. We'll see you very, very soon.